Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find our Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will be getting daily, weekly and monthly current affairs on regular basis. You can use code VIKAS10 to get additional 10% discount while purchasing the course. This video is available both in English and Hindi. The timestamp for both English and Hindi are mentioned in the description of each video. You can contact us on the number provided or mail provided. Also follow us on Telegram and Instagram, and the link for the same is provided in the description of each video. Also students, we have started a new initiative that is of handwritten notes. It is helpful to understand the news daily, time saving and very useful for your revision. We aims to cover 15 questions via handwritten notes in upcoming bank exams. These handwritten notes are available on daily current affairs content PDF at our mobile application and website careerscloud.in. Only our Crack Current Affairs subscribers will be able to access these handwritten notes. A sample PDF of the handwritten notes will be available in the description. Hello everyone. So in this video students, we will be discussing important current affairs for the topic science and technology and sports month for August month. The session will be quite interesting and important, so stay tuned with us till the end. Also students, if you are new to our channel, do subscribe to us. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. The content we provide on daily basis is top-notch and it will be very beneficial for your competitive exams. Also, share the link of this video with your friends, cousins, relatives and let them know about this interesting platform. The first question here is, which country is set to build the world's nuclear power plant based on the molten thorium salt? So it will be based on the molten thorium salt. So which country will be building this nuclear power plant? This will be China. Correct? This will be fueled. What is the fuel used here? This is the fuel that is molten thorium salt. Location where this will be built? It will be built in the Gobi Desert. Where is this Gobi Desert? It is in China. Right? The construction for this nuclear power plant will begin in 2025 and it is considered that this will be more environmentally friendly nuclear energy will be generated through this nuclear reactor. Next, name the high orbit internet service satellite that was launched by China on board the Long March 3B carrier rocket from Shenzhen Satellite Launch Center that is in Sichuan province. So what is the name of that high orbit internet service satellite? The name of the satellite is Wexing Hulianwan Gaoji 2. So this is the name of the satellite. It was launched using Long March 3B carrier rocket. This is the rocket that was used to launch this and the location was Sichuan province from where this was launched. And this satellite, one more thing, remember, it is developed by which organization? It is CAST, that is China Academy of Science or China Academy of Space Technology. Next, which of the following Indians were recently selected as the crew members for Axiom 4 mission to the International Space Station? First of all, remember this Axiom 4 mission. This will be what mission? This is basically a mission that will be going to International Space Station. And recently, it is our ISRO that has announced National Mission Assignment Board that has selected Indian astronauts, right? Which are the Indian astronauts here? If you can see here from this option A, that is Subhanshu Shukla and Parsnath Balakrishnan Nair. They both have been recently selected and they are the crew members for the Axiom 4 mission. Take a note of this. This is a private mission that will be going to the International Space Station. So right option from here we can see is only option A, that is A and B. Next, which organization has recently launched the first batch of 18 satellites for the low Earth orbit communication mega constellation named Tianfen, that is 1000 sails constellation? First of all, you should know what is a constellation. This is our Earth, right? Then constellation is basically a group of satellites that is covering the Earth or each location on Earth. That is a constellation, right? So by the name Tianfen, this is a constellation name, mega constellation name. These satellites of this constellation will be located in the low Earth orbit of the sun, of the Earth, and the first batch, right, of this mega constellation consisted of 18 satellites that were recently launched. So question asked is that who launched this? It was launched by Shanghai Spacecom Satellite Technology. This is of China, right? So indirectly we can say that China is building a constellation of satellite around Earth, and this constellation will be basically providing satellite internet. And if you remember, there is another organization, very famous organization, that is working on this satellite internet, which is it is your Starlink. Starlink is of Elon Musk. Elon Musk, or we can say it is of USA. Correct? So this mega constellation Qianfeng basically is a rival to very famous Starlink, and it will be similar to that of Starlink. Next, which institute has recently partnered with DRDO to develop energy harvesting shoes with global positioning system tracking, that is GPS tracking? It is IIT Indore. Right? This IIT Indore, where is Indore? It is in Madhya Pradesh. Correct? They have partnered with DRDO and they have developed a energy harvesting shoes with GPS tracking. Correct? That means with the help of these shoes, you will be able to generate small amount of electricity that can be powering your mobile phones or other equipments, as well as this shoe will also have GPS that will be helpful for tracking the location. And the first 10 pairs of these shoes were already supplied by IIT Indore to the units of DRDO. Next, which company has recently collaborated with Singapore-based Zero Error Systems Private Limited to enhance its onboard computer subsystems for upcoming satellite mission? That is your Dhruva Space Private Limited, right? This is an Indian full stack space engineering solutions provider company that has recently partnered with ZES, that is Zero Error Systems Private Limited. This ZES, this is a semiconductor manufacturer, right? This will enhance the onboard computer subsystems for the upcoming satellites. So better chips will be manufactured here for the upcoming satellites. Next, name the ISRO's launch vehicle carrying the Earth Observation Satellite 08, which was successfully launched on 16th of August 2024. So it is your small satellite launch vehicle, right? This is SSLV D3. This is the name of the ISRO's launch vehicle that was carrying Earth Observation Satellite EOS 8, right? 08. This is the name of the satellite that was carried using the SSLV D3. It was carried from Satish Dhawan Space Center at Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh. Next is, which company has recently launched Swadeshi Kamikaze drones with 1000 kilometer range? So the interesting thing about these drones is about their range, that is 1000 kilometer. Name of these drones is Kamikaze drones, and Swadeshi, that means in-house, Indian made, correct? So what is the name of that organization? It is National Aerospace Laboratories that has launched these Swadeshi Kamikaze drones, which have a range of 1000 kilometers. And these drones, another important thing, this is do and die drones, correct? These drones are also known as unmanned aerial vehicles. Next, which country successfully launched the first low Earth orbit synthetic aperture radar satellite in August? It is United Arab Emirates, right? They have recently launched the first low Earth orbit synthetic aperture satellite, correct? That is by the name SAR, and it was launched by UAE, and this is their first low Earth orbit synthetic aperture radar satellite. This satellite basically is an Earth observation satellite. This will enable high resolution imaging and will capture images both at day and night regardless of the weather. Next, name SpaceX's first human spaceflight mission, which is set to fly over the Earth's pole region for the first time. It is FRAM2, right? This is the SpaceX first human spaceflight mission that will be flying over the Earth's pole region for the first time. And this FRAM2, this is the 6th commercial astronaut mission of the Dragon spacecraft. This Dragon spacecraft will be using Falcon 9 rocket. correct? And this frame 2, it comprises of 4 astronauts. This will be a 3 to 5 day long mission. Next, which institute has recently, in partnership with Guhan Industries and Manufacturing Solutions, developed India's first abrasive water jet machine to cut combustible materials without gathering heat? It is IIT Madras, right? This is the institute that has partnered with Guhan Industries and Manufacturing Solutions, that is GIMS, right? And they have developed India's first abrasive water jet machine to cut the combustible materials without generating heat. Remember, when water is spray, or we can say when we spray water at very high speed, it can even cut the steel, very high steel, iron, it can easily cut it. Even when water, when we are cutting diamonds, no, water can even cut diamonds when it is pressurized, or when it is coming out of a nozzle at very high speed, correct? So this water jet machine, abrasive water jet machine, that is used to cut the combustible materials without generating heat. Combustible materials are those materials that can have a blast, right? That can combust when heated, or when there is an ignition, it can combust, correct? So we don't want to generate heat in such combustible materials, so a water jet machine has been developed so that the heat cannot be generated while cutting down these combustible materials. Next is, name the India's first reusable hybrid rocket that was launched successfully by Space Zone India. So what is it? It is Rumi 1, correct? This has been developed by Space Zone India, that is of Chennai, Tamil Nadu. It is a startup, right? And they have partnered with Martin Group. They have partnered with Martin Group, correct? And launched this Rumi 1. Next is, name the hyperspectral satellite that was launched by the Planet Labs PBC into orbit through rideshare mission, that is Transporter 11 of SpaceX. So the name of the hyperspectral satellite is Tanager 1. And along with this, 36 Super Doves were also launched into the orbit. They were launched from Vandenberg Space Force in California, USA. And this Tanager 1, it is expected to remain operational till 2029. And this Tanager, remember, it is a vibrant bird, correct, that is native to Central and South Africa, after which this satellite has been named. This Tanager 1, this will basically track the levels of carbon dioxide, methane in our atmosphere. Next, which space firm has recently partnered with Nokia to integrate 4G LTE connectivity into spacesuits for NASA's Artemis 3 lunar mission? So in the spacesuit of these astronauts, correct, Nokia has partnered with NASA so that they can be those spacesuits can be integrated with communication that is using the 4G technology, correct? So it is Axiom Space, correct? This space firm recently partnered with Nokia to provide connectivity into the 4G connectivity into the spacesuits of the astronauts that will be going into the Artemis 3 lunar mission, that is mission of NASA. Right? As this 4G technology, this will enable the crew to have a real-time high-definition video from the lunar surface to Earth. Correct? That means from the moon, we will be able to have high-definition video quality that will be coming directly from moon to Earth. Next, which organization successfully demonstrated a technique to study ocean and soil parameters by using satellite-based sensor Global Navigation Satellite System Reflectometer? Correct. So which is that organization? It is Indian Space Research Organization. Correct. And this GNSSR, this instrument is developed by ISRO Space Application Center, and it's India's first spaceborne precision receiver. Next, Ministry of Defence placed an order worth 837 crore rupees for the import of an additional 73,000 SIG 716 semi-automatic assault rifles for the Indian Army from SIG Sauer Incorporation of USA. Correct? So, Ministry of Defence, we will be acquiring 73,000 SIG 716 semi-automatic assault rifles for the Indian Army, and this contract is worth 837 crore rupees. So students, these were your important current affairs for science and technology. Now let's move to the sports part. First is, which Indian tennis player recently won the men's double title at the 56th Swiss Open start in July 2024, partnering with France Albano Olivetti? So Yuki Bambry, correct? Yuki Bambry, Indian tennis player, and his French partner, as you can see in the question above, Albano. They have recently won the doubles title at the 56th edition of the Swiss Open start. Correct? Take a note of this. Where was this held? It was held in Stade in Switzerland. Next, which country is set to host the 2025 Men's Asia Cup Cricket Tournament in T20 format? It is our India. India is set to host the 2025 Men's Asia Cup Cricket Tournament in T20 format. Correct? Take a note of this. Then in 2027, this will be hosted by Bangladesh. Correct? Take a note of this. And this 2020 format will be of Asia Cup, and it will be in the ODI format. Next, which of the following points are correct with respect to Paris 2024 Summer Olympic Games held from 26th of July to 11th of August? If we look at the options here, option A and C are right, B is wrong. B is saying that the skateboarding has made its debut in the Olympic sports in Paris Olympic Games. Is it correct? No. It was not skateboarding but breakdancing. Breakdancing is a sport that was recently added to the Paris Olympic Games. Next, which jersey number has Hockey India officially retired from national senior men's team in honor of former Indian goalkeeper PR Srijesh? And even remember, after PR Srijesh, he is the former Indian goalkeeper as he has retired, and now he has become the coach of junior men's hockey team. Right? And PR Srijesh, remember, he recently retired, and he is known as the god of Indian modern history. He is also known by the name the Wall of India, and his jersey number was 16, and this jersey number has also been retired. That means no other player ever will be able to use this jersey number. Also remember, PR Srijesh, he was honored with Arjuna Award in hockey in 2015. Right, and Padma Shri in 2017 in the field of sports. Padma Shri is the 4th highest civilian award. Apart from this, he was also honored with Major Dhyanchand Khel Ratan Award in 2021. Next, which of the following are correct with respect to 2024 Summer Olympics held in Paris, France from 26th of July to 11th of August? If we look at the options, option B and C are right, A is wrong. A is saying that India was ranked 71st in the medal tally with 5 medals that included 1 silver and 4 bronze, and has ranked 71 in the medal tally. Is it correct? Everything is right. The rank is also right. But remember, India has a total medal of not 5 but 6 medals. That is 1 silver and 4 bronze. Who secured the top position in the medal tally? It is USA that secured the first position in medal tally with 126 medals. Next, name the Indian athlete who has recently finished second in the javelin throw event at the 2024 Lausanne Diamond League held in Lausanne, Switzerland. So Neeraj Chopra, right? He is that Indian athlete who has finished second in the javelin throw here. Next, name the Indian cricketer who has recently announced retirement from both international and domestic cricket. So Shikhar Dhawan has announced retirement in both domestic and international cricket. Next, who won the F1 Heineken Dutch Grand Prix 2024 title held in Zandvoort in Netherlands? So Lando Norris. Correct. He is the F1 player. Correct. He recently has won the F1 Heineken Dutch Grand Prix. Lando Norris, if we talk about him, he is a British racing driver and he has recently won it. On second position was Max Verstappen. On third position was Charles Leclerc. Next, Union Communication Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia inaugurated a 10-meter air pistol shooting range in Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh, named in the honor of renowned Indian sport shooter that has recently won 2 bronze medals in the Paris Olympic Games and has also been appointed as the brand ambassador of Ministry of Port Shipping and Waterways. She is Manu Baka. Next, which country has won silver medal at the Team Challenge Maruhaba Cup at the Asian Surfing Championship held in Maldives. It is our India that has won the silver medal here. Correct? Take a note of this. And in this Maruhaba Cup, Japan has won the gold medal. Next, name the England's cricketer who has recently announced retirement from the international cricket. So David Warner. Oh, sorry, I correct. Not David Warner. David Malan. David Warner has passed away recently. Also, David Malan, 37 years old, former world number one T20 international batter, and has announced retirement. And he is from England. So that's all for the day, students. Now let's move to some revision part that will be beneficial for your learning. Which country has recently bowled out Mongolia for a mere 10 runs and chased down the target of ICC T20 World Cup 2026 qualifier? It is Singapore. Next, which of the following has recently become the first major Indian bank to join the partnership for carbon accounting financials? So which of the following has recently become the first major Indian bank to join PCAF, that is Partnership for Carbon Accounting Financials? It is Union Bank of India. This is an important question and do remember this. This PCAF, this is an organization basically that looks into the financials of the company, correct? And it looks up among the greenhouse gas emission reports of those organizations in which the multiple investors will be investing. Right? And further, if the report is good, that means they are creating less pollution and hence the companies and the investors can invest more and provide more loans to that particular organizations. Next, who has been recently appointed as the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of IFFCO Tokyo General Insurance Company Limited? So, Subrata Mondal has been appointed as MD and CEO here. He will be replacing whom? H.O. Suri. Next, who has been recently appointed as the Finance Secretary of the Ministry of Finance? So, Tuhin Kanta Pandey. Tuhin Kanta Pandey has been appointed as the Finance Secretary of the Ministry of Finance. He will be succeeding whom? TV Somnathan. Correct? Apart from this, if we talk about Atul Kumar Chaudhary here, remember he became the new Secretary of TRAI, that is Telecom Regulatory Authority of India. Next, in September, India successfully launched Agni 4 missile from the integrated test range in Chandipur, Odisha. And Agni 4 belongs to which type of missile? So this Agni 4, remember this is a intermediate range ballistic missile. IRBM, intermediate range ballistic missile. It was Agni 4, right? It was tested where? In ITR Chandipur, that is in Odisha. And this is the fourth missile of the Agni series. It is developed and designed by which organization? It is designed and developed by DRDO. It is a surface to surface missile, right? And it has a range of almost 4,000 kilometers. And it is also capable of carrying nuclear warheads. Next, which shipbuilding company has recently launched two indigenous designed and constructed anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft that are named Indian Naval Ship Malpe and Indian Naval Ship Mulki? So they have been designed and developed by Cochin Shipyard Limited. They are anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft ships and they are INS Malpe and INS Mulki. These are the two one and they have been developed by Cochin Shipyard Limited. If we talk about the fourth one, it is Indian INS Malpe and the fifth one is INS Mulki. Next, who has recently won the men's single title at the US Open title? Right, so in the US Open, the men's title was won by Jannik Sinner. If we talk about Jannik Sinner, he is from Italy. Right, he is the world's number one tennis player and he has won the US Open title. If we talk about the women's single title, right, women's single title was won by Arna Seblenka. Right, she's also world's number one in women's category. And Anina Selblenka, she is from Belarus and she has won the women's single title here. Next, the CCI approved the National Investment and Infrastructure Fund proposal to acquire additional stake of which company? So additional stake of Ather company. Ather, this is a company that is making electric vehicles, two-wheeler electric vehicles, right? Next, which tribe has recently got habitat rights to protect and preserve the natural entities, sacred sites, and places of religious and spiritual importance located within their habitat? It is Sauro, right? This is the tribe, correct? And this tribe is located where? It is in Odisha, and they became the tribe that got the habitat right to protect and preserve the natural entities, the forest there. Also, Sauros, they became the fifth tribal group in the state to get this habitat right. Next, who has been recently shortlisted for British Academy Book Prize for Global Cultural Understanding 2024? So Amitav Ghosh, right? Amitav Ghosh was shortlisted for the British Academy Book Prize for Global Cultural Understanding for his book that is Smoke and Ashes. So what is the name of the book here? Smoke and Ashes, right? Apart from this, Ghosh's latest work, this Smoke and Ashes, is among the 6 titles competing in the top prize, and this book examines the far-reaching impact of the global opium trade from the 18th century till present-day crisis. Next, name the military exercise between India and United States of America that has recently commenced at the Foreign Training Node in Rajasthan. What is the name of that exercise? It is Yuddhabhyas, right? It began at the Foreign Training Node that is in the Mahajan Field Firing Range of Rajasthan. This exercise is held between which two countries? It is held between our India and United States of America. Correct. Then remember, this was the 20th edition of this exercise. Correct. It was held in Rajasthan. And if we talk about the 19th edition of this exercise, it was held in Alaska, USA. Alaska, USA. Next, in which year Pradhan Mantri Kisan Mandhan Yojana scheme was launched? So this scheme was launched in 2019 by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It was launched in Jharkhand. This scheme was administered by Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. This scheme is basically for the individuals who are between 18 to 40 years of age, and under this scheme they will be contributing between 55 to 200 rupees per month, and this will be basically to provide them pension when they turn 60 years of age. So as per the age between this criteria, they will be investing the amount here, and they will be getting 3000 rupees per month when they turn 60 years of age. So this fund or this type of pension will be managed by LIC. Next, which defense company has recently signed a contract worth 26,000 crore rupees with Ministry of Defense for procurement of 240 AL-31 FP aero engines for Sukhoi 30 Mark 1 fighter jet of the Indian Air Force? So which is the defense company? It is Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. The defense contract is worth 26,000 crore rupees, and this will be for the procurement of 240 aero engines. And these aero engines will be used where? They will be used in Sukhoi 30 Mark 1 fighter jet. Correct. Next thing, remember, these aero engines, they will be manufactured where? They will be manufactured in the Koraput district. Where is this Koraput district? It is in the state of Odisha. Next, which day is declared as the World Rural Development Day by United Nations General Assembly? So World Rural Development Day is observed on 6th of July by United Nations General Assembly. And for the first time, remember, United Nations I correct myself. This day is declared that it will be observed on 6th of July, and it was declared by United Nations General Assembly that from 2025 onwards we will be observing this day. So we can say the first ever edition will be observed in 2025 on 6th of July, and this day is basically observed to make sure that the rural areas are also developed. Next, which country has recently become the 101st country to join International Solar Alliance? So it was Nepal. Paraguay, it was 100th country to join International Solar Alliance, and Nepal was 101st country to join International Solar Alliance. Next, which bank has recently launched MTS Rupay National Common Mobility Prepaid Card? So it has been launched by State Bank of India, correct? And this is a one of its kind card in India that will provide seamless offline payment solutions for NCMC card that will be beneficial for metros, buses, rails, ferries, for parking, and so on. Next, who has been recently elected as the chairperson of the Committee of Parliament on Official Languages? So, who has been re-elected here? Amit Shah, our Home Minister, has been re-elected as the chairman of the Committee of Parliament on Official Languages. And remember, this year 2024, it marks the 75th anniversary since Hindi was elected or was accepted as the official language of our India. Correct? Next, which company has recently announced to plan to set up India's first multi-sensor all-weather high revisit Earth observation satellite? Which is that company? It is Nive Space Private Limited. Correct? And this partner, this is with, remember, this Nive Limited or this Nive Space Private Limited, they have announced their plan to set up the first multi-sensor all-weather Earth observation satellite. This will help us to promote India's defense capabilities, also space capabilities, and also with the data we can able to easily monitor the climate also and provide the all-weather forecast to the farmers. Next, when was Himalayan Divas or Himalaya Divas, also known as Himalaya Day, annually observed across India? So when do we observe this day? It is observed on 9th of September, and the first observed was, or we can say for the first time, this day was observed when it was observed in 2014. Correct? So every year on 9th of September we observe Himalaya Divas or Himalaya Day. Then on 20th of July, remember, we observe International Moon Day. Next, Max Ventures Investment Holding divested how much stake in the Max Financial Services Limited for 1,218 crore rupees through open market transaction. So Max Ventures Investment Holding, they divested 3.18% stake in Max Financial Services Limited for 1,218 crore rupees. Next, the Union Ministry of Finance has recently approved the proposal of Punjab National Bank and Bank of Maharashtra to commutatively raise how much amount through the qualified institutional placement in 24-25. So they have commutatively decided to raise 10,000 crore rupees here.